welcome to the show. We are in beautiful Pismo Beach, California, and it is a fantastic day. There's the pier, the surfers are out there, and the dunes are that way. And that's where we're headed right now.
So here's the plan for this trip. Today, we're gonna hit Pismo. And then we're gonna drive an hour south to a spot in the valley where I hear they've got great views up and down the coast.
So we've got dunes and mountains. Let's do this.
Pismo Beach, California is located 3 hours north of Los Angeles, or just an hour and a half from Santa Barbara.
Most people refer to this place as Pismo, but did you know that's actually not the official name?
Yeah, the dunes are actually in Oceano, the Oceano dunes, but it's all goes by Pismo because they're connecting.
I like calling it Pismo, so we'll stick with that. I also like the fact that at Pismo, you can ride your ATV, UTV, Jeep, truck, you name it.
Well, the nice thing about Pismo is I believe it's the only dunes that are on the beach that you can actually ride on the beachfront.
They have 5.5 miles of open beach where you can camp, surf, swim, fish, whatever you want to do. Here's the best part. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You can bring your RV, tent, whatever, and you can just jump on your side-by-side or ATV and you can just go out and ride. It's absolutely gorgeous and the views are incredible back there.
It's a really popular place if you want to be at the beach and at the dunes at the same time.
In fact, it's pretty easy to ride down the beach from the dunes right into the town of Pismo.
If you're staying here for several days, if you want to go into Pismo and treat yourself to a nice dinner, it's only minutes. You just travel right along the ocean, you go right into town and you can have steak, to fish and chips. Everything's close and convenient.
On our trip, we hooked up with the guys from Central Coast Polaris and nearby Santa Maria.
On a beautiful day when it's not windy, it's perfect.
Well, guess what, Jethro? Today is not one of those days. The wind is absolutely howling.
Got down the beach, everything loaded up on the trailers. The wind just blew us away. I mean, it was pretty strong winds.
I'd say probably 50 miles an hour at least.
The wind picks up the sand, so the sand goes everywhere. You leave your doors open, you're gonna get sand all inside your pickup.
Seriously, it was nasty. There wasn't another soul at the dunes. Today was all about survival mode.
Most people, if it's that windy, they'll just stop.
Because it was so windy, we actually made the decision not to pull out our big expensive camera, which we usually shoot on. We shot everything with GoPros. You ready? With the wind and sand blowing everywhere, it actually made some spots pretty dangerous.
If you're not careful out there, there's some what they call razorbacks. When the wind blows over the top of the dune, it makes straight drops. So you gotta be careful when you're out there.
We actually tried to give it a go for a couple hours, but looks like we're gonna have to come back. It was so bad, we eventually threw in the towel.
It was a tough day.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. That wind at Pismo was absolutely brutal, so we need to find another place to ride. Lucky for us, we made some new friends with a great backyard.
Just an hour south of Pismo, you'll discover the San Ynez Valley and the home of Nahoi Falls Ranch.
My family's been here actually since 1896.
Toby Georgie and his wife Riza, they run the ranch.
We have a beef cattle operation. We have about 60 head of cows. What we're getting ready to do today is we're gonna go out and we're gonna gather the herd. We did our branding about a week ago, so we like to keep the cows and calves close by so we can keep an eye on them, make sure everybody's gonna be okay.
To get the job done quickly, they've ditched the horses in favor of something a little faster.
We still use horses once in a while, but generally horses take about 2 to 3 times as long And obviously horses can be a little temperamental. ATVs just need a little gas and some oil once in a while, and they're a lot faster. It makes the job go a lot quicker and a lot easier when we use ATVs.
Their natural instinct is to be together as a herd. Up, up. So we're trying to get them on the other side where we have another tunnel to cross them back under the 101 here. That way we can get them onto the lower end of the ranch into some good green grass. Pretty much eating most of this down and get them over there to eat some better stuff. So here comes the other ones here. Up, up, up. Yeah, there's usually a couple laggers. Basically, you just kind of want to keep them all together as close as you can.
So I'm gonna try to get around and get in front of them. That way I can let them through the tunnel, and then when they get through it, I can kick them to the right instead of going to the left. I'll head over and do that now. Come on, let's go. Up, up, up.
Now we're on the old Highway 1 here.
So this was the original road we'll go down that Model Ts used to travel back in the early 1900s. Pretty neat having it on our property.
See, he's doing it again.
Come on, guys. This is a family show.
He's always up to no good. So basically, we like to catch the cows in this old corral when we move them down. The calves will try to go back to where they last nursed. So even though their mom might be right here, they'll all be trying to get back. So if we lock them in here for about 6 hours or so, it gives them a chance to mother up, and then we'll let them out.
So Toby, what do we got going on here?
Okay, here we have some rodent control tools. We have a pretty high population of ground squirrels out there, which are kind of decimating our oat hay crop in certain areas. Not to mention they dig big burrows out there. The horses can step in and break their legs. The cattle could step in and break their legs. Basically, this is your oxygen tank right here. Here's your propane tank. This is your torch assembly right here. In here, we have our hoses, we have our gauges. So what this setup does is basically, this will mix oxygen and propane and it'll dispense it through their tunnel system. It's similar to the Moab bomb the military uses. It's basically an air fuel explosion. What it does is it fills up the tunnel with this gas mixture. It all detonates instantly and that blast wave will kill anything that's down in that burrow.
So this isn't just for fun, you guys do this.
We do this, yes.
Don't worry, Toby. I'll hold the blowtorch.
Yeah, don't drop that. So we're gonna go out into one of our hay fields just around the corner here. We parked in this area right here because right around us we have several different burrows.
You'll notice as we turned everything on, I kind of got behind you.
I'm gonna get my safety hat on.
You didn't bring 2 safety hats, did you?
No, I definitely plug your ears. So we're gonna tackle this hole here first. You just ram that in there like that.
It's like a real life Caddyshack adventure here. Are we ready?
Ready? Ready? That was a little better.
I want you to kill all the gophers.
So that was 20 seconds. This should be a pretty good one. There we go.
Oh yeah, I saw the ground move on that one.
Hopefully there's not too much burning in there still.
So Toby, how many squirrels, gophers do you think you just killed? More importantly, Toby, do you have another blowtorch that I could take home?
I don't have another one. All right, good morning guys. Welcome to Nahoi Falls Ranch. We're a 1,500-acre cattle ranch. We're located about 30 to 40 minutes north of Santa Barbara, California. From LA, we're only about 2.5 to 3 hours. We are right off the 101, right in Southern California. The ranch has been in my family since 1896. My grandpa actually grew up and built that house right up there.
So we've already seen Toby and Daniel in action as they rounded up some cattle. Now it's time to check out the rest of the ranch.
Toby, where we're gonna head first?
So first we're gonna take off out this gate right here. We're gonna head up the ridge, and this trail goes all the way up the ridge, and then once we get up there, we'll go through a wire gate, and the trails split off and go everywhere from up there. We'll check out some of the backcountry out here. We'll go to the top of Nahoi Falls. It's about a 180-foot waterfall. We'll check that out. We'll go up to a lookout point that's about 2,500 feet of elevation, be able to see the whole valley from there.
A couple of years ago, the two decided to start an ATV tour company. You know, take people around the ranch.
Basically, since they are one of our most important tools on the ranch, and they're also a lot of fun to drive, we thought what a great way to take people out, show them a little bit of the ranch, show them what we do out here, and at the same time, they get to learn how to ride an ATV.
It was a great idea that we both were thinking in our own heads, and when we talked to each other about it, it sparked some great interest.
Probably 80 to 90% of our customers we have out are first-time riders, have never ridden before.
Part of the idea behind the ATV tour is that people from any background can come out here and we can teach them how to ride. And we can hit the trails and we can hit some pretty fun stuff for people that have never ridden before.
Most people who even live in the area have no idea the different sorts of terrains we have back behind the hill here.
The terrain is a north slope. Because of that, it's very dense. So there's a lot of growth, a lot of trees, a lot of brush, a lot of different kind of growth. That's part of what makes the area unique, is that we go from these, high points down into these deep, dark wooded areas that really don't even look like California.
We were going up quite a ways, and then you find yourself concentrating on the trails too, but then you have to stop every once in a while and take a look around.
It's all private, so it's not something that many people get to see. So the fact that they've opened it up and essentially created access to the public, what a tremendous opportunity.
So we're at our little trailhead down to the top of Nahoi Falls. On the ATV tour, you'll get a chance to actually go down to the top of the waterfall and take a look over. Back in the 50s and 60s, there used to be a trail that came up from the park at the bottom. In 1969, we had some real bad flooding that actually washed this bridge out and washed the railing out down below. The trail was never reopened after that. Okay, so we're here at the top of Nahoi Falls. It's about a 185-foot waterfall.
It's quite a drop, man.
It's a long ways down. This time of year, it should be running a lot harder. Due to the lack of rain, it's still just a trickle.
Where are we headed next?
So from here, we'll do, the trail makes a big loop around this whole canyon. You can kind of get a glimpse of all of our farmland right down here. See the field with all the different stuff in it. That's one of our organic vegetable operations.
You can see a lot. You can see the ocean.
And you could actually see out to Pismo where you guys were the other day.
Can you see the Pismo from here?
Just about.
Just looking in the fog, you can kind of see the dunes out there a little bit.
Oh, it was epic. We had a great time. It'd be a blast to do it again.